The Pro plan has everything you need for order management, and it's great for online sellers with more advanced management capabilities. The setup process is quick and easy, and our team's here to help you to make sure you're prepared to use all the awesome features that you're going to have access to. So, for initial setup, you're just going to need the login credentials for your shopping carts and marketplaces, a card for paying for postage, and your warehouse and shipping address. From there, you'll just verify inventory counts, make any drop shipping or supplier assignments to complete setup. And all of this can be done in bulk, so the process is really quick, and we can help you out with that as well. The tutorial is just going to go over the sign up and setup process for the Pro plan, though, as well as a quick tour of the features. So, to get started, let's find the link to sign up for a Pro trial. We're going to enter the email that we want to sign up with, that we want our user to be, and whatever password. And then we're going to get here. So this is kind of where we're doing our pretty basic setup. We're putting our company name, your name, so whatever the username associated with that email address you just used. Your phone number here, this is important because if you call in for any support, if you have any questions, we can identify your account much more quickly. And it's also good if we notice anything about your account, or if we want to reach out and make sure everything's going well, we have a good number to reach you at. And then you can put where you heard about us, if you heard from someone specific, or, online search, whatever. And then we move on to the shopping cart page. So this is where you're going to connect your first cart. What I suggest doing is figuring out which of your carts, if you have multiple carts, which one has the most up-to-date inventory quantities. Is there a cart that you really make sure that you keep that in sync, that it's most important, whatever. Connect that cart first, because whenever the product first imports from a cart, when whatever inventory amount is associated with that product at that time is what's going to be set as the basis in Ordoro. So definitely connect the most accurate one first. And it's also going to pull in product information like UPCs, product weight and dimensions. So all of that's going to come in on your order. So you just want to make sure that it's the most accurate cart for that. And just select that from here. Whenever you select whichever cart, it's going to kind of give you the steps depending on how to connect to that cart. I'm going to select other, which is just our demo Shopify account. So it has some test orders and products and everything. And then it's going to take us to the next step, so we can pick the plan that works best for us. I'm just going to go with the first one here. And then we're going to select the address that we're going to be shipping from. So put the address information in here. A good phone number, email address. Do that. And you could skip this now if you don't have that information and get back to it later, but it's really simple to enter it here, and then that warehouse creation is just done for you. So go ahead and enter it there. Here's where we're going to enter our card. So this will be the card that your subscription is charged on at the end of your trial. So you're not going to get charged immediately or anything. And you're going to get a 24-hour notice of when that trial is going to expire. So you'll be kept up to date on that. But what it's really important for is postage. If you're going to be creating any shipping labels during your trial, you're going to need to pay for postage. So we're going to go ahead and enter that information here. And once we hit next, it's going to just confirm that information. And it basically is telling us here, your orders have already started importing since, we connected a cart already. So we'll just get started here. And right now we're going to be, whenever you log in, you're going to be here on your main order page. So this is going to be where you, your just dashboard here. So you're going to see if there are any action items, if there were shipped like orders, new orders that were in here that needed to be shipped out. You'd see those. If there were labels that were created and unprinted, you'd see links to those as well. And then additionally on this page, what you see over here is the product updates. So anytime that we're making updates to the app, we'll post it, whether it's a feature update or a bug fix or a new feature. We post updates here, and then you can get a link to see all of the recent ones. So this is just kind of a dashboard and a way to, like, when you come in, to kind of see what's going on with your account. And from here, let's go into the settings section, because this is going to be something that we want to get set up here. So we'll click on our company name up here, and right beneath this, you'll see the user that you're logged in with and your support pin. If you have any questions, whether you're talking to support, your account manager, anything like that, provide this support pin. It's going to allow them to access your account much more quickly, and make sure that they have the right account. So if we go to general settings, we'll see our phone pin is here as well. And then this is where you can adjust your company name. You can change the email used for outgoing messages. So if there's a specific customer facing email you want to use, you can use that here. So if you're sending out tracking notification emails, that sort of thing. Here's our currency shown in Ordoro. So you can set it to whatever symbol you need. And then the currency used for billing, you can or shipping, sorry, you can update that here. If you make any changes, just hit save. So from here, we have our packing list. This is where you're going to create your packing list for putting it in the box. You're also going to add your logo here. So if you want logo on labels, or logos on your packing list or other stuff, this is where you upload it. You enter the name. We can have multiple packing lists, so you can name the packing list that which one you're selecting. Custom text, you put your email, your phone, your website, any footer messages, and if you have multiple packing lists, you can set one as your default packing list, and then you can preview it, anything like that, and add more packing lists with this create packing list button. So get those set up for however many packing lists you need. If you do them per sales channel or whatever, get all those created. Sales channel wise, we have the first one we connected during sign up, but if you have other sales channels, this is where you're going to go ahead and add them. Users as well. So we created a user during setup. This is where we're going to modify any user settings, or add additional users. Warehouses. So we created a warehouse during sign up, but if you have multiple warehouses, this is where you're going to create another one. And there's also this make a default warehouse option too. So if you have multiple warehouses, you can adjust which is the default. Suppliers. So suppliers, this is where you are going to create your suppliers. So if you're doing any sort of drop shipping or purchase orders, you're keeping track of supplier costs or different warehouses, anything like that, this is where you want to create your suppliers. If you have a lot of suppliers, you can go to the data import section, and we have a create suppliers option. So if you have a list, like a spreadsheet of all your suppliers, and their like email, and it's just the name and email that's required, but like their address and everything, you can also upload it if that's quicker for you. Shippers here. So since we entered our warehouse and our card during sign up, we have our USPS account here. Right here, you'll see daily limit. Right now it's set to $0. That's a security purpose because I didn't connect a real card. I connected our demo cart. So if you did go through that process and connected the demo cart instead of a real one, reach out to our support team, or if you just need this adjusted, they can fix that for you real quick. And this is also where you're going to increase your postage. You can enable auto refill and everything. And then you can also add additional shippers. So if you need to add any of these other carriers, add them in here. Automation rules, this is where we're going to set up any automation rules. So we have a video on that goes into depth on this. This is where we'll set these up. If you have any, like if if the requested ship method is express, then I want to make sure I ship those out express, or I tag it or whatever. You can go ahead and set those up here, or you can set them up kind of during your workflow as you kind of find that you need more automation rules. It's up to you. Presets here, these are created on the orders page. This is just a quick preview to see what it looks like. We'll create those in the orders. I'll show you where that happens. And we also have an in-depth video on that. Printing and scales here, this is where you're going to enable your Instaprint or scale integration. They both use the same connection, so it's going to be the same API key. And you're just going to enable that here. there's in-depth instructions on our support site, and that's going to allow you to send send labels directly to your printer without any prints previews or anything like that. And Scales is going to allow you to actually weigh your products as you are creating shipping labels. Accounting here, this is where we're going to connect to QuickBooks. That's our current integration. So what it'll do is it allows you to send your orders over to QuickBooks. Payments, if you need to accept credit card payments within Ordoro, you can connect your Stripe account, and more integrations to come. So you can process those payments if you're creating phone orders, manual orders, that sort of thing. Billing, this is where you're going to see your current plan and your payment method. So if you need to adjust your card, you can do that here. And data import. So this is going to be probably where you're going to upload and kind of do a lot of setup. This is where you're going to be able to assign things in mass. So there are definitely videos on assigning products as drop shipped and assigning the suppliers for purchase orders and everything. So definitely take a look at those. But when you're first getting set up, this is going to be a great place because you're going to be able to do those drop ship assignments in bulk. So if you have a spreadsheet already of your suppliers' products, just go ahead and throw that in here and use this to set that up. So then we'll just take a quick tour. That's kind of the settings section and kind of what you need to go through. We'll take a quick tour of the account. Like we already looked at the dashboard. So orders, this is where you're going to see all of your orders. So awaiting fulfillment orders, these are your new orders. Shipped orders are going to be, any labels that you've marked as shipped or you've created a label for. And then drop shipment requested. So if you're using our drop shipping workflow, this is where any of your open drop ship orders are going to be. Once they're shipped, they'll be moved to the ship tab. We have canceled and we have all, and then we have also all of our sorting and filtering here. The products page here, this is where you're going to track your inventory. You're going to see your warehouses. So if I had multiple warehouses, I'd be able to see what I have in each one. This is where we're going to be able to see low inventory to create purchase orders, where we can create kits, where we can take a look at our dropship orders. We can see products that need inventory written back. We can see products that are on open orders. We can see products that we've oversold. And then we also have an archive section. So if you've archived any products, this is where they will show up. And there's definitely more in-depth videos on this section as well. Purchase orders, this is where we're going to manage purchase orders, create goods receipts, all that good stuff. And then analytics here, this is where we're going to be able to dig into our order information, our revenue, our cost, filter by sales channels and date time frames. We can export this information into CSV files. So there's a lot of valuable information in here based on finances and shipping, inventory, top sellers, and top customers, which is pretty cool. So definitely delve into this if you want to kind of analyze your data at all. Over here we have the link to the support center and the system status. So if we're seeing any problems in the system, maybe slow during the holiday season, someone's API that we're integrated with is responding slowly, we'll put any notices like that here. And we also have a direct link to the support center. So if you have any support questions or things you're trying to figure out in your account, there's tons of valuable data there in the support center. This right here is our activity menu. So this is where you're going to see when syncs are happening. So if you've imported, this was our initial cart connection. We imported all the products and then we imported all the open orders. So this is where we would see if we exported products. If we had any CSVs that were waiting to download, they'd be up at the top of this above the activity. And yeah, we'll basically just see all of those syncs and see the status and be able to keep up with, how frequently the syncs are happening. And this sync button here, this is where we turn on our sync settings. So, whenever you're ready to start importing orders and writing inventory back, you'll just select these or whichever option you want. You can always sync once, so you can sync anytime you want, or you can update auto sync settings here, and that's going to set it so that it's automatically running the tasks and the imports and syncs and everything at certain times. And that's pretty much it. That's just a quick tour. We definitely have more in-depth videos. So if you have anything, if you have more questions, definitely check those out, or reach out to us. Thanks for watching.